Hi everyone, I hope you had a lovely Christmas if you celebrate. Today starts the beginning of a new holiday, the holiday of Kwanzaa, which is a holiday celebrating African heritage. This book is called Mark's Kwanzaa Celebration, and it is by Diane Holt Goldsmith, and the photographs are by Lawrence McDowell. This is a nonfiction book about a real family and how they celebrate Kwanzaa. Let's learn about it. My name is Mark. I am 10 years old and I live in Somerset, New Jersey. My family moved here a few months ago from Ohio. We live in an apartment now, but we are building a new house. The last time we visited the building site, my family gave our new home a blessing. Standing together in a circle, my parents, my sister Naija, and my brother Hakeem and I joined hands and shouted Harambe. This is a Swahili word that means let's all pull together. As a family, we pull together to do many jobs around the house. My chores are to bring in the groceries, pick up the mail, and vacuum. But I also have time to do things I enjoy, like playing chess with my father. Do you have chores in your family? Yeah, it can be really helpful if we all do a little bit of work. On December 26th, my family begins the celebration of Kwanzaa, a 7-day holiday for African Americans. We set up a special table in our house. Kwanzaa is an African word that means first fruits. For a very long time, our African ancestors have celebrated the harvest or gathering of the first crops. Kwanzaa is a time when we focus on our African American heritage. So here's a Kwanzaa table set up with all these Kwanzaa symbols that we're going to get into. The first symbol, or we put 7 symbols on the Kwanzaa table. Each symbol stands for something important. The first symbol is the kinara. It is a candle holder with places for 7 candles. It stands for the original African ancestors of African Americans. Next to the umkeka is the mat on which all of the other symbols rest. Can I see it here? The mat stands for our history and traditions. Next is the muhindi, our ears of dried corn. They stand for the number of children in the family. So Mark's family has 3 children, so they have 3 ears of corn. Up here we have the Mishuma Saba, our 7 candles that represent the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Next we have the Kikomba Chaunja, is the unity cup we use to pour libations for our ancestors and drink from it as a symbol of unity. Here it is there and there. Mazaho, our fruits and vegetables. These represent the outcome of the harvest. The mazaho represent good results that come from working together. We have some fruits and vegetables here. And lastly, the zawadi are Kwanzaa gifts. They symbolize the rewards for doing good deeds. So each thing on this table represents something meaningful. There are many things to do to get ready for Kwanzaa. We make some of the symbols that we place on the table, as well as the zawadi, the Kwanzaa gifts. My mother and sister, Naija, also sew new clothes for each of us. My father paints some wooden boards together to make into drums. We paint the designs in bright colors on the sides. My mother and Naija sew new clothes from bright African fabrics that mother has been collecting all year long. Here I am helping my father make the candle holder, the kinara. He is showing me how to rub the stain on the wood. This year, Naija is making a book celebrating the 7 principles of Kwanzaa to add to the table. The 7 principles are unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. The seven principles are known as the Nguzo Saba. They are celebrated during Kwanzaa, but they are guides for living all year long. One day during Kwanzaa, my parents took us to the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. At the museum, there was a special Kwanzaa event that celebrated our African heritage. One group that performed was called the Sisters Griot. That means storyteller. Dancers and musicians helped the griot tell their stories. Here they are at a celebration, a Kwanzaa celebration. On another day, my parents took us to a different celebration in New Jersey where we met a friend of theirs named Dr. Maulana Karange. He is the person who created Kwanzaa over 30 years ago. Actually, now it's closer to 6 years. This book is a little old. This is a picture of him. Dr. Karanga created Kwanzaa so that we can learn about and celebrate our African heritage. Later, we spent some time in the Kwanzaa market looking at things made in Africa. On the last day of Kwanzaa, our relatives come to our home for celebration. My grandmother gathers all of us around her and reads us a book about Kwanzaa. When it is our time for a Kwanzaa ceremony to start, I play a drum call. Just as I do in African countries, the drums tell people that something important is about to happen. And then you can even see a little peek of the Kwanzaa table. I stand in front of my family with my father as he explains the importance of each symbol on the table. Then, as he lights the candles one by one, I recite the Kwanzaa principles by heart. After the candles have been lit, Hakeem, Nija, and I provide some entertainment for our family. I wonder what they're doing. They're singing, dancing, maybe doing a play. Now it's time for the Karamu, the Kwanzaa feast. The table is filled with tasty food. We serve foods like chicken, candied sweet potatoes, casserole of broccoli and cauliflower, biscuits, and corn on the cob at our Kwanzaa feast. After dinner, we exchange the zawadi. The Kwanzaa celebration is over for this year, but its principles stay in our heart all year long. We are a strong African American family. We are proud of our heritage, proud of our culture, and proud of ourselves. Here we have the glossary, some of the new terms we learned in this book, and a map. And they've labeled a lot of the countries and areas in Africa. I thought that was a great book to learn about Kwanzaa and how important it is for some families that celebrate it. I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season, however you celebrate, whatever holidays you celebrate. Love you and see you soon.